Is there a way to document violence ethically? In this episode, we will meet different contemporary artists and explore with them why they're concerned with the intersections of violence, technology, and art today.
I tried to locate the most aggravated forms of technology in relation to a given subject matter, and ones that really unpack the subject for us and provide a different, I suppose, language with which to represent the narrative. My new project, ART+TECHNOLOGY, was made in northern Brazil, in the Amazon rainforest. These are large format maps which attempt to reveal environmental catastrophe unfolding across the Amazon. To make the work, I employ a multispectral camera, which can indexically reveal elements of environmental harm that a normal camera and the human eye can't perceive. The technology itself is also used by large mining companies to identify and isolate rare earth minerals, sometimes on indigenous reserves. It's also used by groups of scientists to identify and understand the scale of the deforestation. So it's inherently entrenched within the entire narrative of deforestation and is an extremely powerful tool for helping the viewer really see the scale of it.
The four installations that are part of Vision as a Force are very different in terms of the use of technology, but all of them have sound in a way. So the first one, Vision as a Force #1, deals with citizens becoming journalists. And so they recorded shootings in their hometowns. They upload them on a social media platform online. I download those videos and I took only the sound, and that sound goes into each one of these individual devices that are kind of a speaker itself in the form and the shape of a gun.
I think a lot of my work is about perception itself. The narratives in the world of human oppression, human suffering, really aren't communicated adequately. It's a failure of our language of documentary photography and sort of the limits of that language to adequately convey very complicated conflict situations. I suppose as an artist, I'm able to explore those points of failure as an opportunity to perhaps expand the language or push it in a different direction, or to press home those points of tension so the viewer feels their own complicity. These are all attempts to make visible, through the power of contemporary art, to make the viewer feel something. Sometimes it's an unpleasant thing because they realize they're a part of this.
My artwork deals with sensitive matters. I'm trying to be very careful because you don't know what the public has experienced. And so, for example, I decided the piece to be silent and people having to turn it on. When I realized how powerful it was, there was people that start crying, and some people just went into devices like if they were toys. So it was very important for the visitor to decide how they wanted to interact with the piece. When this piece was presented in a museum in Colombia, it was one kind of reaction, and when I presented the same piece in Germany, the public reacted very differently. And we know that they're coming from different contexts of violence. It was very interesting.
In part 2, we dove a little bit deeper into the question of violence, art, and technology, and heard from contemporary artists about the work that they do in relationship to these questions.
Hyundai Motor, connecting art and technology.